schools in support of athletic programs. Visit them on Allen Road in Woodhaven or online at
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 7 of Michigan High School football right here on Sportscaster.com in partnership with WJR. It's Drive to the Game. My name is Giovanni Mosheri. I am joined by Sportscaster.com MVP Taryn Fritching, and we're here at Trenton High School for a Downriver League showdown against the Southgate Anderson Titans. It's the Trojans and the Titans. I don't think we're in Athens, Greece, although I'll ask the Athenian here of Troy, Athens. Where are we right now?
Well, I mean, since we're seeing Trenton Trojans, that's going to be a tongue twister for me to say. I would assume, would be in Trenton, Michigan.
Trenton, Michigan is the place to be. A great facility here, and it is homecoming night here. All kinds of dresses and festivities. The marching band just got off with their first performance of the night. It's going to be a great halftime for them as well. It brings me back to my high school days, and Taryn, you're homecoming as well. It's going to be a great atmosphere here tonight for the football game as well. Downriver League showdown. And Taryn, as far as the Downriver League goes, it's the biggest league that we've covered so far here on Drive to the Game. Give us a lay of the land.
I mean, Trenton and Southgate Anderson is obviously just some of the teams in here, but the game to look for tonight in the Downriver League will be the Gibraltar Carlson Marauders and the Woodhaven Warriors. They are both 5-0, and they are matching up tonight, and that will most likely decide who wins the Downriver League. I'm sure it'll be a great game, and we will absolutely be giving you updates at halftime and most likely at the end of our game, considering the fact that it's hopefully done. I mean, I guess it's only time will tell.
Definitely, but that in regards to the top tier of the Downriver League here, 9 teams in total in this league here, and tonight's matchup brings us to about the middle of the pack here. The Trenton Trojans are 3-3 in league play so far in this season. That puts them at 3rd place in the league. Meanwhile, Southgate Anderson down at the 6th place spot at 2-4 in conference and 2-4 in overall. The conference is so big that you get only one game outside of it. Otherwise, you're fighting your Downriver friends.
And that's what I find so interesting, because especially with me coming from an OAA school and you went to a MAC school,
Yep.
It's just so interesting that it's such a big conference. Like, that's the entire conference, because we have divisions and you have divisions as well, right?
Of course, yeah, MAC red
So
all the way down to silver.
I think it's kind of cool, because yes, you're only playing one team outside of your entire conference, but I think that's really cool that you're kind of just all in the same area. And I mean, Downriver is a great place for football.
Definitely, and it gives a unique taste as far as the conference goes, because you have all these rivalries. You play them every year, so you get the opportunity to have 9 rivalries essentially. Mm-hmm. And depending on what kind of era you're in as far as the league goes, it changes constantly, and we see that a lot here in Michigan high school football, where teams will rise and fall, and makes every year that much more interesting. And Woodhaven and Gibraltar Carlson being at the top of the league this year, who knows? Maybe one of the teams here tonight will be the ones for next year to be at the top of the ranks. But either way, regardless of all that, these two teams still have playoff history and on a recent streak here to try and make it into the playoffs here. So regardless of their ranking within the league right now, there's a postseason still at hand for both these teams.
I mean, I think that Trenton is definitely trying for that playoff, especially because they got knocked out legitimately by 1 point to Riverview last year. And I think that you gotta have that chip on your shoulder, because you want that so bad.
And especially when it's so close and you have it, it's one of those haunting things where whatever minute detail that was either missed or a mistake made or something that could have been done that was not, that's what eats at you, and that's what motivates for the next season for both these teams that exited the playoffs last year in the first round. And let's start to go over these teams here. Let's get to know the Trenton Trojans, and we'll make our way to the Southgate Anderson Titans. So, Taryn, how are we going to be seeing the Trojans tonight? The triple option seems to be their signature.
So I have written down a few players, and I got to talk about my favorite one last. But a big player that I have for the Trenton Trojans, I have junior quarterback number 12, A.J. Hawkins. He has some looks from Army, from Trine, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, and I have just heard wonderful things about him. And I absolutely love looking on players' Twitters when doing research for these games, because I always find them self-reporting stats, and I think that's actually so important, because some players and some teams don't do stats, and I love when teams do stats, especially when they're trying to get recruited. So that was awesome to see, and he won the most outstanding player at, let's see,
That was last year's Amazon Prep Kickoff Classic, right? When they played Southgate Anderson to start off last season.
So that was really great to see. And then who I also have is senior fullback and middle linebacker number 9, Brock Culpepper. And then he has looks from Baldwin Wallace as Trenton is legitimately walking out right next to us right now, which is really cool. They have a big Trojan, inflatable Trojan head. They have the paper banner right there, and I think that's cool.
And they have the smoke machine, too.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Under the inflatable Trojan helmet, ready to unleash mayhem here on homecoming night behind Metallica and the fantastic atmosphere here tonight. For those of you that are with us on YouTube, this is fabulous right now. This is the peak of environment here.
Then we have Southgate Anderson walking out behind us right there.
Just trying not to be noticed here on camera here. Hopefully you guys are able to see it here on sportscaster.com as well as our YouTube channel. We'll get back to the Trojans in just a second here. Hold on.
I got to mention.
Go ahead.
Trenton's kicker.
Yes.
I'm not going to pronounce this right, and I apologize, but senior number 38, Aiden Burrow. It's B-R-O.
Borowczyk.
Burowit? I don't know. I apologize.
If the wonderful parents are watching on YouTube.
We'll figure it out. But he has looks from Indiana Wesleyan and Trine, and what I found was so cool, this is in his Twitter bio, by the way, he has a 98% PAT, so point after touchdown. For a high school kicker, I find that incredible. And I think it's a really cool stat, especially for kickers, because you'll have your farthest field goal, and you'll have like how many field goals do you roughly make, but you don't really mention PATs, and I think that's really cool, especially 98% being a high school kicker. That's very difficult to do.
They count their touchdowns in 7, and we'll get to Southgate Anderson in just a bit here. I want to remind you guys to subscribe to us here on YouTube and to follow us on Instagram at sportscaster.com. Be sure to create a channel.
That was Brock Culpepper.
Brock Culpepper, the backflip on his way out the entrance. But sportscaster.com is a platform for aspiring sportscasters just like us and could be just like you as well. They provide resources and opportunities to cover the biggest and baddest events in all of sports. All you got to do is log on to sportscaster.com, create a channel, and start creating content, because there's no better way to start broadcasting than by simply doing. And you can do that here on sportscaster.com. In addition to that, a relationship and partnership with WJR to make Drive to the Game a possibility. At 7 o'clock here at kickoff, we'll kick things off to Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters, who will be joining him in the booth tonight to give us a great call and a unique perspective from the student side of things to make for a one-of-a-kind high school football broadcast. And for today, the students that we have on tap here, representing Southgate Anderson, Jack Ron, and representing Trenton, a JV football player who has the potential to see a quarter of play tonight, Matthew McQuinston. They'll be in the booth with Chris Renwick momentarily here, so be sure to follow us on all the ways that you can. And now let's move over to the Southgate Anderson Titans before we get things off to kickoff here. So, Taryn, what are we going to be expecting? Who are the faces to see here for Southgate? Or how has their season gone so far?
So Southgate Anderson is right now 2-4, but they definitely have an impressive win over Allen Park. And again, like we said earlier, a lot of these teams that they're playing are in the Downriver League. So they had a very impressive win. They had a 10-0 win against Allen Park, and then they beat Dearborn Edsel Ford 44-0. I mean, just wow. Having your 2 wins be complete shutouts, that's very impressive.
It's impressive and it's unique as well. But for so far this season for Anderson, the way they play, it's kind of a coin flip on whether you get a large blowout, either win or loss, or you get the tightest of games possible, as they have a loss in the beginning of the season, 0-28 to Woodhaven. But then later on, the next game, Lincoln Park was 27-25, also a loss, very close in the margins. Their shutout win 10-0 against Allen Park. Another close one against Wyandotte, a loss 21-20. Then you get your 44-0 win over Detroit Edsel Ford, and then a 54-7 loss to Gibraltar Carlson. So the way the games have played have just been all over the place, and they're going to have to keep it close if they want to stand and play with the Trojans so far today. That's the way they're going to have to play if they're going to win tonight.
I mean, absolutely. And as they're playing the national anthem, shall we do some game predictions?
Yes, we shall. Would you like to lead?
I would. I will say I actually think this is going to be a closer game, but still a little bit of a lead. I'm going to go Trenton 35, and I'm going to have Southgate Anderson with 24.
Give me the homecoming team, the Trenton Trojans, and a score of we'll give it a higher score here, 31-14 here. The triple option will be on fire tonight. And as we kick things off here, we thank you for joining us on the pregame show. Coming up next, Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters on WJR and Sportscaster.com.
From the heart of America and the high school home game gridiron, this is the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now here's your hometown football host, Chris Renwick.
Welcome to Trenton, where the sun has just set, and we're getting ready for a good football game tonight. It is Trenton and Southgate Anderson. And yes, both of these teams have a couple losses in their columns that they would rather have on the other side, but still a really good football team. And both of these teams really trying to refine what they do. Chris Renwick, it's so good to have you here tonight. And we had a great sports weekend. We're so happy to be kicking it off here tonight on our Drive to the Game coverage. I can't wait to introduce you to my friends here in the booth tonight as well. Matthew McQuiston is a sophomore here at Trenton. You are in full football regalia tonight. You are dressed, ready to go, because you play quarterback for the JV team. And if necessary, you could actually go into this game a little later on.
Yes.
That's really cool. Well, it's good to have you along, and we'll talk to you throughout the game. Jack Ron, as well, a senior from Southgate Anderson with us. It's good to see you, Jack.
Good to see you too, Chris.
Yeah, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. What have you noticed about your team? You obviously are in the trenches. You are on these rosters. What is it that's special about your football team?
We're a very hard-working football team. So we run the triple option. It's a very hard-nosed offensive play style. We're trying to get 4 yards every play. We're not obviously breaking a big run is great, but we're getting 4 yards, wear down the defense, make them not want to play football.
Yeah, and methodical
Yes.
down the field. Jack, what about you? What is special about this Southgate Anderson team?
They work so hard every day, every night, every game. They're always fighting to the very last second. They're always putting in that great effort. Our defense is pretty good. It's just all around good vibes. They're all hardworking.
Yeah, no, and that's what it's going to take to win this game again tonight. And both these teams looking to add another win to their column. And when you talk about what this means for the state playoffs and things like that, it doesn't really matter because both these teams are really good, just looking to get better and better each week. And so far, they really have done that. They've shown a lot of ups, a little bit of downs too for both these teams, but certainly really good, well-coached football teams, and we can't wait to get into it tonight. So tell me, Matthew, a little bit more about the triple option, because from your perspective, what are you looking at when you're running that kind of offense?
So triple option, we're going to be looking at, if we're running triple option 8, we're going to be looking at the first guy outside of the guard. That's who we're reading. So our lineman will leave the first guy outside the guard, and we will read him. So if he comes down, we will pull the ball from the fullback and carry out the fake and read the next guy outside. But if he stays out, then we will hand the ball to our fullback and hopefully pick up 4 yards.
And those are the decisions that you have to make split second.
Yes.
Yeah, a tough offense to run. Meanwhile, the Trojans will receive this one. They'll take the opening kickoff here to start things off tonight. And the run-up, and we are underway. Going to be fielded far side. That is Harrison McMillan coming back, reversing course out to the 20, and then cut down shy of the 25-yard line. Started to go left, cut it back right, and found a little grass out to the 24. So here come the Trojans, led by quarterback A.J. Hawkins, the junior. Tell us a little bit about A.J.
AJ is very hardworking. He's very quick on his feet, and he can throw the ball very well. He can make split-second decisions, and if he sees a gap, he will take off, and he has showed that so far this season. He has 13 total touchdowns on the season this year.
All right, so he goes under center. Send two receivers to the left side of the formation, ball at the 24-yard line. Here's the triple option. The give to his back, that's Parker Sachs, who gets a yard out to the 25-yard line. Good tackle up front by that defensive front.
Of course, yeah, this defense always works hard. They're always working to stop the run.
So this Trenton team, they rotate a lot of guys, all right? You get a lot of fresh bodies in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a hard-nosed offense, so we got to keep guys fresh, ready to run their hearts out.
A.J. Hawkins back under center. Tight to the formation, motion man. Here's a give to Sachs up the middle again, across the 30-yard line to the 33. Check that, the 32-yard line. So nice push there on second down, makes it 3rd and short. Here's 3rd and 2 coming up. They need the 34-yard line. They huddle. Again, a couple more substitutions come in. They bring in the big wide receiver. Little extra length on the outside. They split him out wide, far left. Ball near hash mark. Trenton moving left to right on your dial. 3rd and 2. Ooh, a little bit of quick movement here. I think it was that right tackle for this Trojans offense, Brody Peterson, on that right side. Officials are huddling.
Oh, check that. I think it's Connor Ashton playing right tackle.
Connor Ashton. Oh, they're going to say this goes against Anderson on the encroachment, so that's a 5-yard penalty and a free first down here for the Trojans. Trenton in their yellow hats, yellow pants, blue jerseys, great look. Southgate, Anderson in their all whites and their silver helmets. Fresh set of downs here for Trenton. A.J. Hawkins under center. They split a receiver out left. Hawkins takes, give. That's Sachs again, just leaning forward, churning those legs out to the 42-yard line for a gain of 5. Flag near side, and this one's coming back. So that's an illegal formation here on Trenton, so that's going to push him back. So instead of it being 2nd and 5, it's going to be 1st and 15 all the way back to the 32. And that's something you love to see here if you're the Titans, all right?
100%.
All right, they break the huddle, get to the line. 2 minutes gone here in this first quarter. We're scoreless. Hawkins takes, rolls, and whistles. Flag far side, a little jumpy again this side on that left side of the offensive line. It's going to move Trenton back again another 5 yards. We're going the wrong way here on offense. So 1st and 20 now coming up. And when you're running that type of offense, that triple option, a lot of it's anticipation, right? And even those guys on the outside can get a little jumpy.
Correct, yes. But negative plays can really throw off the triple option offense, so we like to stay on track.
Well, they got a lot of work to do here. It's 1st and 20. Ball's at the 27-yard line. They need the 47. Get to the line. Defense making that adjustment. Motion man comes back the other way. Fakes the pitch. Now rolling. Hawkins wants to unload. Got a man down the field at the 45-yard line. They're going to say incomplete. That ball came out at the end. Streaking down the sideline was Brock Culpepper, but couldn't haul it in. Good defense there down the field.
For sure. Almost got away with it, but we managed to get it out.
Love that play call, though.
Yeah.
Fake the pitch, roll out to his left, and Hawkins delivered a really good ball.
Could have been very dangerous against us.
So 2nd down and 20.
That's not our normal tight end, actually. Our normal tight end is number 6, Harrison McMillan, but he's out with an ankle injury right now.
All right, under center, Hawkins takes. He's going to keep it, makes a cut at the 30-yard line with some room at the 40 to the 45 to the 50, and then finally drugged down from behind inside Titan territory at the 42. That's a heck of a keep there by A.J. Hawkins. Picks up big yards and a 1st down. Little shake and bake just past the line of scrimmage once he got to that 2nd level, and he was off to the races. And he's got speed. He can throw it. He can run it. He is a real dual threat. So ball at the 42-yard line. They break the huddle. It's 1st and 10 for Trenton. Or they were back 2nd and 20. Now they're inside Southgate Anderson territory. They set. Hawkins takes. Gives it up the middle. That's Sachs. Drug a couple of would-be tacklers along to the 37-yard line, gain of 5. 2nd down from there, 8:37 to play here in the first. And defensively, it's one of the hard things about going up against a triple option.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The eye discipline is so important.
You got to watch for 3 players out there.
So they sub Harrison McMillan into the game. He lines up wide outside. They send Adam Lydell to the opposite side. Hawkins takes. Here's the pitch. Cuts it upfield at the 35-yard line and then out to the 32. So that'll be enough for a first down and a gain of 5. Tyler Crook, the recipient of that pitch, picks up 5, gets him a fresh set of downs. Looking for points. Opening drive here of this game. Trenton sends 3 receivers right. Operating under center in that triple option, A.J. Hawkins. Takes, keeps, pitches, and hit in the backfield. That is a heck of a play by Zane Whitson. Plays a little wide receiver, plays a little DB. That time came and laid the wood. It's going to be a loss of 4, so 2nd and 14. That is just, we talked about that eye discipline, great eye discipline there. They get back into huddle. Nico Boudreau checks into the game at running back. A.J. Hawkins communicates with his offense, and they break to the ball. They set. 2nd and 14 after the loss. Here's a keeper. Fake the pitch. Out to the 30. Still inside the 30. Just kept those feet going. Turned around and was running backwards inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So, boy, every time they've gotten behind the sticks, they found a play.
Yes. A.J. Hawkins is a very good runner with his legs. He will make something happen even if there's nothing there.
All right, so you're the quarterback. What's the play call here in a situation like this? 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
I'm going to go with a toss outside.
To the wide side of the field, going left? Okay.
We're going to get our running backs in space.
So ball's near hash mark, so the wide side of the field is the left side. Under center. Here's the motion. Pitches it inside, got a man. Tries to shake and bake inside the 25-yard line. That's Ben Stroke. So you were almost right. That must have been the other option.
Yeah.
Because he had a running back running out to the far side.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a little lane inside, decided to go that way. So it's 4th down. Southgate Anderson forcing a 4th and short here. 4th and 2. It doesn't look like there's any hesitation here. Trenton's going for it. They need the 23. Check that, the 22. Ball's at the 24. 4th and 2. Hawkins takes, gives, sacks up the middle. They needed 2. He got 3 out to the 21-yard line. So on a 4th down, they convert Trenton 1-and-1 in that situation today. And they're just bleeding this clock out. Under 5 to play here in this first quarter. So when you talk about not going for these big shot plays, things like that, this is the other byproduct of that. You're eating that clock.
Correct. We want to keep our defense off the field as long as we can. Drive down there, score, give our defense rest, keep them all rested up, get out there and shut them down.
Well, they're cold. They haven't even been moving since warm-ups. They haven't even been on the field yet. Here's a fake to Sachs. Hawkins going to keep around the edge to the 5, diving towards the end zone. I don't know if he got in. He did. Touchdown, Trenton. A.J. Hawks, more like Superman, laying out at the goal line, gets the ball across, and Trenton takes a 6-0 lead. And that's just good play by your junior quarterback.
Yeah, that's his 14th touchdown on the year.
Now for Southgate Anderson, right? I mean, had him in some really precarious spots there.
Yeah.
1st and 20, able to get a big pop. 4th and 2 there, couldn't get off the field. So some opportunities there, but you those spots, right?
For sure, but we just got to capitalize on those spots next time.
All right, the extra point attempt is up, and that looks good, and it is. 4:27 to play here in this first quarter, and the Trojans take a lead over the Titans, 7-0, here on a Friday night in Trenton. Also, I got to tell you, the inflatable head that you guys have over there, awesome.
Yeah, it's
Very cool.
The Touchdown Club actually brought that out for us.
Very, very cool. Also, it's homecoming here tonight.
Correct.
So we see some of the students in dresses. Everybody looks very nice. A really cool night. Everybody's coming back to see their alma mater play. A very cool night here.
Vibes here are great. Student sections fired up, and everyone's ready to go.
Now this looks like the hockey team down here. Looks like they've got their helmets on.
Yeah.
So you got the hockey team out here in their helmets. Good look. We've got the band leader all dressed up in homecoming attire, which is awesome. A great scene here in Trenton tonight. So now offensively, what's the message on the sideline here?
Keep doing what we're doing. Pound it down. Waste the clock. Keep their defense tired.
All right, let's see what this Southgate Anderson offense can do here. Trenton's got this thing teed up, and it's away. Good kick, high end over and spinny kick. Fielded at the 8-yard line, coming back the other way at the 20. Little miss at the 25 to the 30 with some room. Oh, and able to be tracked down from behind. Zane Whitson was the returner, and it was Brody Harrell on the takedown there. That was a must-make tackle there because there was a lot of room for Southgate Anderson. They got great starting field position. Tip of the ball at their own 45-yard line. So here comes Cooper Randall and company. And Zane Whitson, we've already called his name a couple of times today, made a really nice defensive play from his corner spot. And now here he is back on offense. They go trips tight to the formation left, one receiver out right. Whitson in motion. Here's the give up the middle. Nothing doing there. Very stout defensive front for Trenton.
Number 10, Adonis Galladay on the carry for the Titans. Brought down by the Trojans.
That's Adonis Galladay there for the Titans. Get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2nd down and 10.
Number 18, Carter Casey, that made the tackle. He's a sophomore currently.
Cooper Randall is actually not out there. I guess we made some changes. I believe that is Arion Gray, number 82.
Here's Gray. Quick throw on the slant, incomplete. Had his wide receiver, Noah Schmidt, streaking on a little post. But it falls incomplete. Threw it a little outside when it needed to come inside.
For number 12, Noah Schmidt. Number 20, Blake Scriventi on the coverage for the Trojans. Brings up 3rd down for the Titans from the 45.
So see what the call is here. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Southgate Anderson, 2 receivers to the right. Motion man right to left. Great takes. Rolling. Getting pressure. Ball's out. That ball's still on the ground. I think Southgate Anderson fell on top of it. It's 4th down. They're going to lose it, but that could have been disastrous. And now they're going to have the option to punt it away here instead of a turnover on downs.
Recovered by the Titans number 10, Adonis Ability. Loss of 6 yards on the play.
Well, it's going to be a loss of 6. Moves them back inside the 40, but they're going to punt it away anyway.
The Titans line up in punt formation. Number 23, Logan Exner to kick. Number 23, Ben Stroke to punt.
So back deep here is Ben Stroke for the Trojans. Great punt. A little low target. It's going to sail inside the 20-yard line and then sit right there at the 17. So good punt here for Southgate Anderson. Flip that field. And now here comes this Trenton offense with 2:42 here left in this first quarter. And with the way they're running that offensively here in that first drive, they're going to try to run as much clock down as they can.
I think we'll break a big one this drive.
So A.J. Hawkins comes back out. But offensively, there were some things there for your team.
Not the opening drive we wanted, but that slant was there. Just maybe some miscommunication. We just missed it, but got to do better next drive.
All right, Hawkins. Motion man takes. Fakes. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Taken down immediately. Hard hit delivered by this defense. And that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Good hit by number 20, Trent Gartside.
So 2nd and 15 here. Ball inside the 15. You run that triple option. If you get a couple of defenders that are able to shed those blocks, they're right in your grill. Southgate Anderson did a nice job there. 2nd and 15. Operating in a phone booth is A.J. Hawkins, who gets out to the 17-yard line, give him the 18.
Number 12, A.J. Hawkins, the ball carrier.
So back to the line of scrimmage, the initial line of scrimmage. Gain of 5 on the play brings up 3rd and 10. Big defensive stand here for Southgate Anderson. If they can get a stop back inside your own 20, that's going to more than likely force a Trenton punt. Full crowd here tonight at Trenton for homecoming. Stands are packed. They're lining the field, the track surrounding the field. Hawkins under center. Takes. Fakes. Rolling. Throwing. Got a man. Out across the 25. Taken down right near that first down marker. Parker Sachs picks up enough for a first down. Big 3rd down conversion here for the Trojans.
Man, Parker is special. He's a sophomore on varsity. I was fortunate to play with him last year on freshman football. He was my fullback, and I can say I have completed a bunch of passes like that to him last year.
Very good. Very good.
He's very talented for his age.
All right, under a minute to play. 57 seconds left here. Clock stopped on the out of bounds.
For the Trojans from the 28.
They're going to give it. Sachs again. Why not? Up the middle, then bounces it out left. Wow, really nice job to seal that edge. Those linebackers just swarmed over to the ball.
Number 10, Parker Sachs, the ball carrier.
Could have picked up the first down. Instead, he picked up 9. So really positive run there. Clock continues to run. 36 seconds left to play here in the first.
It's a gain of 9 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Trenton up 7-0. Looking at a 2nd and 1 from the 37. Here's the snap. Rolling, setting his feet. Now going to get taken down from behind. That's going to be a loss and a sack. Really nice job tracking that play, Braden Cuzno. Hawkins didn't feel him on the backside, pulled him down. It's a loss, and it's 3rd and 4.
Loss of 3
And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Trenton on top 7-0. Looking at a big third down coming up on the other side. We'll take a break. It's our drive to the game here on WJR.
This is Sportscaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Want to be the next great voice? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the 5, yes! To the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Send shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen?
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just sign up and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
WJR Health Watch. You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. Trenton on top 7-0. Start of the second quarter. Chris Renwick alongside Matthew McQuiston here at Trenton and Jack Ron over at Southgate Anderson. It's good to have you guys up here. There's a Hawkins give up the middle. Boy, just churning those legs. My goodness. Really nice job by this offense. They just, when they get a little bit of room, they're gonna move it. A little bit of rain starting to fall here at Trenton. Ray, I thought we told you to keep this away. What happened here?
I'm not the weatherman.
You're not the weatherman. Fair enough.
I just look like one.
All right, now for a first down, gain of 5. 1st and 10. Here's a fake, pitch to the outside, cutting it upfield. Really nice block on the edge, out to the 50-yard line, and then ridden out of bounds by a host of Southgate Anderson DBs. Really nice job on that pitch. Ben Stroke picks up 14 and a first down.
Ben Stroke is also he just transferred him from Grozeal this past year. Actually, I'm sorry. Gabriel Richard. I used to play with him in Little League for Grozeal.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, he's very talented. Great hands for catching the ball.
You definitely got to be sure-handed when you're taking those pitches. All right, so into Southgate Anderson territory for the second time today. Second drive here for Trenton.
Nico Boudry's in at Z for us.
Here's a give right up the gut. Parker sacks. Picks up 5 out to the Southgate Anderson 41. And the other part of this triple option offense is the gap integrity that your offensive linemen need to play with, right? They got to move guys off the ball certain ways depending on what the play is.
Yeah, Coach Totten, our offensive line coach, a little shout out to him. He dedicates himself to making the fastest offensive line in the Downriver League. We got to be fast, get around those guys and move them and make our hole for our fullback.
All right, right back under center. Fakes to sacks, keeping it outside. Hawkins trying to find the edge, cuts it upfield, inside the 20 to the 25 to the 20 to the 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, my goodness. A.J. Hawkins finds the end zone for the second time today. Some nifty running. He got skinny on that far sideline and found his way into the end zone. Some really, really good vision there from A.J. Hawkins. Faked the give to Sachs up the middle, had the pitch option, but read the D-end perfectly. Found a little spot, shook a couple of tacklers.
Yeah, so far outside of this game, A.J. Hawkins has accumulated almost 1,200 rushing yards throughout the season. Or 1,200 total yards, I'm sorry.
And that extra point attempt is up and through. 10:02 to play here in the first half. Trenton up 14-0. All right, Southgate Anderson's got to get something going here offensively.
We cannot fall back too behind. Got to find a way to stop and contain number 12, and then we got to get something rolling on offense.
So Arian Gray's the quarterback. We weren't expecting him tonight, but obviously things can change on a moment's notice. And so now you've got a guy, again, had a couple of options there in that first drive.
For sure.
Well, we have finally entered fall, though. This is the first game this season where it feels like fall. And now we get a little rain in the mix as well. How about that? High school football at its finest. All right, so Trenton's got this thing teed up. Southgate Anderson looking for points here on this drive. All right, here's the run-up. Ooh, that thing just got held up in the wind, fielded at the 15, across the 20, spinning at the 25, with some room at the 30, and then cut down at the 34-yard line. Well, their return game has been pretty good today on a couple of those kickoffs. Zane Whitson brought it back. Nimble on his feet, gets his offense out to the 34. It'll be 1st and 10 from there.
Tackled by number 7, Brody Harrell again. That is his second tackle on both kickoffs.
And this Trenton defense, again, looking really, really good in that first drive.
Let's see if we can get this offense rolling.
4 down linemen. We got a stoppage in play here.
Cooper Randall is back in at quarterback now.
Official timeout on the field.
So maybe this coaching staff wanted to throw a little wrinkle in here early in this game by throwing in Arian Gray. So now here is Cooper Randall. He goes to the shotgun. Empty set. 3 receivers left, 2 right. So I think they're having a little bit of an issue with the clock. So they're going to keep the time on the field. Scoreboard says 9:54 to play here in the second quarter. So they're going to keep it on the field. Takes, that clock rolls. That one's picked off! Coming back the other way at the 30 to the 20 to the 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Are they going to say he's down? Down at the 1.
Oh, that was close. I thought he was in on that one.
Cooper Randall on his first play of the game throws a pick.
That is not what you want to see.
Chris Sikowski, the outside linebacker, jumped the route. So they'll spot it at the 1. And now on a quick change of possession, Southgate Anderson finds themselves in some real trouble. Trenton offense trotting out with the ball on the 1-yard line.
Reception return to the 1-yard line by the Trojans, number 5, Chris Shahowski. Ball is spotted at the 1-yard line. First down, goal for the Trojans.
I thought that throw was just a little off the mark, just slightly. Needed to go more outside with it, kept it a little in, and that gave Chris Shahowski the opportunity to jump that route.
I wonder if the rain has any factor in that.
Here's a give up the middle into the end zone. Go the Trojans. And Parker Sachs punches it in for 6.
Parker Sachs punched it in for his 7th touchdown of the year.
9:23 to play here in the first half, and it's all Trenton. They're up 20-0.
Trojans line up for the point after attempt. Number 38, Aiden Borat, set to kick.
So you came up here. Your pads are down on the field. You've got your jersey on. You've got your pants on. You are ready to go. And then you're just gonna what? Go down if you need to.
Yeah.
If you get called on, throw the pads on, throw the helmet on, and go out.
Correct. Yeah. If they need me, I'm running down there, throwing my pads on as fast as I can, getting out there as quick as possible.
Wow.
21, Titans 0.
Now, did you play last night?
I did. We defeated Southgate 40-18 last night.
Okay. Congratulations. That's very cool.
Thank you very much.
All right, so now, obviously, not what we wanted here for
Not
Southgate
at all.
Anderson. Now is a time when you gotta get one play, right? Get
For sure.
one play in a positive game. Next play, positive game. Pick up a first down. These little increment steps that they got to take at this point.
Exactly. We just got to start building it up slowly, and then hopefully everything will start falling in place.
Court and escorts, please report to the front of the track by the concession stand. Again, homecoming court and escorts, please report to the gate
So
of the
back
track
deep here for
by the concession stand.
the Titans.
With Miss Witt. Thank you.
Zane Whitson, who has been a real weapon here early on in this game for the team in white.
Number 38, Aiden Borat, set to kick for the Trojans.
All right, here comes the kick. Titans looking for points. Trojans up 21-0. This one's a little squibber, bouncy kick. Going to be fielded on the run with some room out to the 35, to the 40, and then falling down shy of the 45-yard line. Zane Whitson once again on the bring back.
If there is something positive about the Titans right now, their return game has been pretty on point tonight.
No doubt. They are starting with really good field position. So now they got the ball at their own 42-yard line.
Arion Gray looks to be back out there again.
So maybe just something quite isn't right with Cooper Randall. But Arion Gray comes back out to lead this offense from the quarterback spot. 2 receivers right, bunched up, 1 left. He's going to keep it up the middle, trying to find some space. He's got 2, and that's it. Not a lot of room. And he's a big fella. He checks with the sideline. He wants that call quick.
Yeah, Evan Tracy was in the center of that pile. He's also a sophomore. I played with him last year. He's a very good player. Believe it or not, he's pretty crazy. Before games, he likes to slam his heads into lockers and get hyped up on the sideline.
With or without a helmet?
Without a helmet.
Oh, very good. Yeah, sure.
So that fuels him, makes him very good.
All right, here's a give. Picks up a yard out to the 45-yard line. Adonis Galladay there.
Gotta try and get him going. Adonis Galladay, he's actually one of 4 people in that 4x1 school record holder. Runs at 11.79 in the 100.
You know, that's really crazy. I mean, you run track, you run cross country. I mean, that's a crazy number.
For sure. He is fast out there, so
very fast.
Let's try and get him out in that open field, and maybe he'll take one home.
No doubt about it. That would be needed at this point. He's in the backfield. Here's Gray. Quick
High
throw,
pass.
nobody home. He was looking once again for Zane Whitson, but that one sails over his head. He had him for a moment, and now it's 4th down, and the Titans are going to have to punt it away. Just good, stout defense here by this Trojans front.
Set to punt for Southgate Anderson. Back deep to receive for the Trojans, number 22, Tyler Cook.
So clock at 7:45. Here's the snap. Good snap. Punts away. Going to be a roller. It's going to take a hop up in the air and then roll right near the 15-yard line, just inside that 15-yard line. And that's where Trenton will take over offensively. So, Jack, you're a senior.
Yep.
You're looking to go into sports management. You want to be an athletic trainer, maybe. You want to go to Michigan.
For sure, yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I didn't know what to do, honestly, until recently. Like, I was still like deciding what to want to do, and I was like, you know what? Might as well give some sports medicine a try.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you want to be a coach, too. What do you want to coach?
Track and cross country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell in love with the sport a couple years ago, and now I'm like giving my entire life to it.
Right on. That's
won
very
my
cool.
heart over.
Very cool. All right, here's Trenton. Hawkins on the pitch. Tried the shimmy shake. Going to lose a couple yards, though. Back to the, looks like they'll call that the 14-yard line. So a loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. What is it about running? What is it specifically that you took to so quickly?
I don't know, like just the strive for improvement. Like, I started out obviously not so good, but then like I just fell in love with the sport and I just wanted to get better and better. And then like surrounded by like great coaches, great teammates, it's just like one big happy family.
And there's a lot of technique. I don't think people really understand how much technique there is to track, certainly track, but CC as well.
A lot of goes into it. Like, you just think it's just running. No, like, there's certain form. There's way you breathe. Like, got to also, like, eat clean. You can't, like, just shove junk down your body.
Right.
You got to maintain that body really well to keep, make sure you run really good.
Trenton up 21-0. 2nd and 11. Hawkins gives up the middle. Picking up a yard back to the initial line of scrimmage. And maybe pick up an extra one out to the 16. Just trying to find a little room inside, but Southgate Anderson doing a really nice job clogging some of those holes. They were open there in those first couple of drives, not so much now.
Stop here would be great.
.640 to play here in the first half. Trenton up 21-0. They need a big conversion here. It's 3rd and 10. Two receiver set. Motion man. Fakes the pitch. Hawkins rolling to his right. Throws. Got a man. Out to the 20. Trying to spin at the 25-yard line. I think he got it. Once again, a favorite target for A.J. Hawkins. Parker Sachs hauls that one in. It's a gain of 10 and a first down. And that's got to be the frustrating part here for the Titans. It's you get in those spots where you can maybe force a punt, and you give up 10 there on 3rd and 10. That's tough.
You know, we cannot let that happen. Got to be ready for those play actions.
Back under center, Hawkins.
There he goes.
He's keeping it. Out to the 30. Cuts it in at the 35-yard line and then cut down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 14 and another first down.
Chris Shahowski was his pitch man on that play.
And just the way that he sees the field, it's he's almost a full step ahead of where those linebackers are trying to motion over towards those DBs blocking downfield. He's a little bit of ahead of where everybody else is. They set. Here's the give. Your good old standard handoff.
Flag comes flying in.
Whoa, that flag
came
in
flying
hot.
in 30 yards down the field. Saw something on that back end. That was, I got to be honest, I have never seen a flag throw like that. That was maybe caught a little extra wind on it, but I mean, that back judge threw that thing from the 30-yard line. It bounced at the opposite 40. That was a heck of a throw.
Came in hot.
Might have pitched back in his day.
So that goes against Southgate Anderson, a face mask call. And that's a brutal call. You don't want to give this Trenton team anything, but that's a wild shift in field position at the 39-yard line of the Titans. So now back inside Southgate Anderson territory. Trenton already up 21-0. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. Hawkins takes, gives, trying to find that right side. Tyler Crook picked up a yard out to the 38-yard line, 2nd and 8 coming up. I mean, honestly, this offense almost operates better out of the triple option. Again, kind of a standard motion to the one side and then hand it off on the other. But that confusion that option creates, it really benefits this offense.
It takes a lot of perfection to learn. Every day we're doing line drills, reading different guys, pitching it. We just got to perfect it. If we don't perfect it, then it will never work.
All right, 2nd and 9 here. Hawkins gives to the up man. That sacks again, gets hit hard. Gets to the 35-yard line. So pickup of 3 on the play. It's going to make this 3rd and 6 for the Trojans. And at this point, feels like you're in 2-down territory here.
Yeah. Feel like we're going to take a shot downfield this play. Passes have been working good for us, those play action rollouts. Maybe we'll go back to it.
Clock continues to run. 3:40 here in the second. Titans need a momentum-shifting play. Here's the fake, the pitch. Out to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and then ridden out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Are they going to say he stepped out? Going to say he stepped out at the 27, or excuse me, the 23. So got a foot on that white line on the far sideline. Anyway, it's enough for a first down at the 23. Trenton looking for more.
That's a triple option for you. See one option. If that's not there, move on to the next. If that's not there, then pitch it and get 10 yards, get up the sideline.
And when you started running this type of system, you're pitching the ball back like that. Did that make you nervous? Because you got to be really precise with that.
Yeah, if you're off with your pitches, I mean, if he drops it's a
live
fumble.
Ball.
It's scary.
All right, here's a give. Up the middle, lowering the shoulder is Brock Culpepper. Gets inside the 20 to the 23. Or excuse me, the 17. They're going to spot him at the 18. So gain of 5, 2nd and 2. Second and 5. Again, just very methodical in the way they operate. They get the call, they huddle, they get to the line of scrimmage. Here's the give. Sacks running downhill. Dragging tacklers inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Boy, he hits that hole really, really hard. He's running downhill. And now Trenton's in business inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
He is a tough runner. He'll just not give up. He'll keep his legs moving no matter what it takes. We just got to get our linemen down there to push him into the end zone.
Throwing shade to this line? Is that what you're doing?
They're doing great tonight. They're making holes.
Yeah, they are certainly dominating the line of scrimmage.
Living up to their reputation of being the fastest in the Downriver League.
All right, once again, Hawkins surveying this defense. Under center he goes. Takes, gives, up the middle, spinning at the 2, and then diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Parker sacks. excuse me, I believe that was Brock Culpepper
It was
who
Parker.
punched that
It was
one. Was it
Parker
Parker Sachs? Okay. They were both there. So Parker gets in for his second touchdown of the game. The lead now 27-0.
Number 38, Aiden Burwitt set for the point after attempt. Number 3, Nico Boudry on the hold.
Extra point attempt is up. That one shading towards that
And the point after attempt is good.
right upright, but it gets in. So now 28-0 here for Trenton. And now look, Southgate Anderson again. The plan from the last drive hasn't changed. Get this, get a first down, right? Pick up 3 yards, pick up 4 yards, get a first down. That's what the mindset has to be at this point.
For sure. We got to build momentum somehow because it's not looking too hot. We're only getting ourselves into a deeper hole. We got to find a way to just build some momentum and take it into the half.
So Matthew, you told me pregame you're a sophomore, so you got some time here. Some decisions still to make down the road for you. But you're thinking you want to be a Tar Heel potentially, head down to North Carolina?
Correct, yeah.
Is that the Bill Belichick effect? Is that what that is?
I don't know if it's that. I'd really like to live there at some point. So.
Yeah, Chapel Hill's a cool town. And then Michigan, another school you
that's
consider.
always been a dream too. Growing up a diehard Michigan fan. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you also play baseball and basketball.
Correct.
Too. What sport do you think? I think football is the most physically demanding. But what sport do you find the most challenging?
So it's a tie between football and baseball. So, like, if you're going against a really tough pitcher in baseball, obviously that's very challenging to do. But running the triple option is the most challenging thing for a quarterback because there's many decisions you have to make on each play. So,
and what position do you play in baseball?
I play first base and I pitch. So.
Okay, cool. What's your repertoire? What do you got under the belt?
Got a 4-seam, 2-seam, curveball, and slider.
Ah, you got a lot. That's pretty good. All right, this one fielded at the 10. Coming across the 15 to the 20. Dipsy doodling around the 20. Gets out to the 23-yard line. And that's it. So Southgate Anderson, they've been starting with pretty good field position. This one starts just outside their own 20-yard line. So again, two really tough teams. Now it's the mental toughness here for the Titans, right? Because now you got to overcome a hurdle here, and you got to push through.
Need to get something going here.
Arian Gray stays in at quarterback in the empty set. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Gray looking, happy feet, scrambling, keeping his eyes down the field. He's going to tuck it and run out to the 25-yard line to the 27. So pick up 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6. Check that, they'll give him 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up here. Spotted at the 27. And Gray was looking down the field. Credit that secondary. There was really nowhere to go with that ball. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Gray takes. Quick 3-step drop, wants to go down the field.
Oh.
Nobody home. Almost picked off on the back end by Max Sanfilippo. It falls to the turf to the relief of Gray, and it's 3rd down. So again, an opportunity here, 3rd and 7, just trying to pick up positive yards. And that ball just sailed on Gray a little bit, stepped into it. He's got an arm. 1 minute left here in the half. It's all Trenton, 28-0. Here's the rollout. Gray looking, throwing, incomplete. And it's 4th down. They're going to have to punt it away. Clock stops, 54 seconds left. And there really wasn't a lot there. That's a tough throw for a quarterback to make. As a righty, rolling to your left and then having to square up your shoulders, flip your hips, and then get that ball into a spot where your receiver can make a play. That time it was just a little low.
23, Logan Exner, deep to receive for the Trojans. Number 22, Tyler Cook.
I like our offense in this situation. We got 3 timeouts, 54 seconds left on the clock. We can drive down and at least kick a field goal.
You're looking for more here.
Yeah, always looking for more.
So we got a stoppage in play here. Looks like too many men on the field here. Nope, they're just going to make a substitution. So they blew the play dead. Trenton makes a substitution, and now we're on. Crooks back deep for Trenton. Flag on the play. High end over end kick. Crooks fielding it at the 35. Shedding a tackle, trying the right side. Nobody home. Another flag on the play as Crooks gets to the 36. So we got to check the laundry. So it looks like one flag at least is going to go against the Titans. Staff trying to communicate. They confab near midfield. Beautiful fall night here in Trenton. Trojans in control, 28-0, 40 seconds left. So one flag was thrown back near the line of scrimmage, near the sideline at about the 21-yard line. The next was thrown on the opposite side of the field at about the 30. So just trying to sort everything out as this officiating crew. Not a lot of indication from them on what they're considering here. Here comes the call.
We have 2 live ball fouls on the play. We have an illegal shift on the kicking team, and we have a block in the back on the receiving team. Re-kick.
So those penalties will offset, and they'll just re-kick it. So one on either team. And it wasn't a bad kick. That was a pretty good kick. The wind is blowing that direction. Blowing north in the stadium. So they're kicking with the wind. Again, Crooks back deep, standing at his own 32-yard line. Southgate Anderson just having a really hard time trying to find any rhythm on offense.
Yeah, it's rough out there tonight. We haven't been able to get anything going at all. Hopefully in the second half we figure out something and start moving.
Ooh, this one is
rough.
Shank. That's going to give Trenton the ball in plus territory.
It's not good at all.
At the 43-yard line.
Shout out to my left tackle for catching that ball.
So 35 seconds left, and now, again, 3 timeouts. Been pretty efficient offense. Offensive showing here tonight for Trenton. Let's see what they decide to do. Up 28-0. Are they going to pour it on? 2 receivers right, 2 left. Now to the shotgun for Hawkins. Takes. Here's a quarterback keeper. Well read by that defensive front. And Trenton will take a timeout, but that was really, really well done by those 4 down defensive linemen for the Titans.
It's a great sack there by Jaden LaRoe. Huge defensive play there.
So the clock will stop on the timeout. Trenton taking the timeout with 29 seconds left. So he'll lose 4 yards out to the 46-yard line. So what's the discussion in the huddle here?
Probably talking about line blocks and how we get off the ball and give our quarterback as much time to make happen what he will do. And he'll make things happen. He always does.
How important is that exchange from the center to the quarterback as well in this type of offense?
It's very important. Center quarterback exchange has got to be quick. Got to get the quarterback up on his feet and got to get them linemen off and blocking. Practice it every day. Every day we start the practice, center quarterback exchange.
All right, 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Hawkins rolling to his right, looking, running out of time. Got to get rid of it. Does. Just cashes it over on that far sideline. Clock stops, 22 seconds left. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. In these positions before, though, they've been backed up and they've found these plays to run that they're picking up big chunk yardage. Kind of gone away from the standard traditional option there the last couple of plays. Wanted to get Hawkins out wide, see if he could find somebody on the rollout. And credit the Titans for the coverage downfield. There was nobody open. So 3rd and 13. 22 seconds left. Hawkins under center. Rolling right. Looking. He's going to run it. Going to be pushed out shy of the 40-yard line, so they'll give him the 42. But that's not going to be enough for a first down. And Trenton wants to talk it over with 3 seconds left.
Looks like we got a drone flying over there by the left end zone.
Yeah, hovering right over the end zone. Have you seen that before?
I heard on the announcements earlier that they were prohibited, but...
Yeah. Looks like it's somebody here internally. Maybe they're getting some video footage.
Yeah.
So they're going to put a couple ticks extra on the clock. It's 4th and 9. So they spotted him at the 42-yard line. 4th and 9 with 6 seconds left. So maybe looking to take a shot. The wind's blowing pretty heavy right now. Right into the face of this offense. So that's a deep throw if you're going to try to just heave one into the end zone. 6 seconds left. What can Trenton draw up here? You like the last couple plays, getting Hawkins out, rolling?
Yeah, we're getting him to his strength, running the football. If he doesn't see something there, he can take off and run. We'll know he'll pick us up a couple yards.
All right, now from the shotgun, he's got 2 running backs in the game as blockers. Steps up, heaves one. Plenty of arm into the end zone. Oh, nearly caught. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Oh, a Hail Mary into the end zone. Nearly caught, but falls incomplete. 28-0. Trenton over Southgate Anderson.
So what we're doing with Sportscaster.com is we're giving people a platform, a community, all focused on sports broadcasting, whether it be a podcast, a piece of commentary, stirring it up with the other guys, the Michigan, Ohio State fans getting together on a particular issue and really going at it, whatever it may be, or a live play-by-play opportunity. People can go there, subscribe to the channels, enjoy their favorite sports broadcasters and their commentary and their content. And it's a great way for people to learn and hone their craft before they go out and, do it at the NFL or the college level.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I truly do, and it's going to help broadcasters. You asked me earlier, what should a young broadcaster do to get started? Exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Find a way to get on that sportscaster.com, get on that high school broadcast, and when you do, tape it. So that you have an audition tape that you can send to some other outlet, wherever it is, and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I've done before. like actors send out lists of credits.
Yep.
This is a movie I've done before. This is a voiceover I've done before. Same thing with sportscaster.com. Get on that broadcast, find a way and do it, and then tape it, and then send it along so that someone else gets an opportunity. Who knows? You may get hired, and you're not just 1 week, you're 10 weeks in a row. And that's how you do it. It's hard. It doesn't pay a lot of money. But if you're really committed and you really want to do it, hopefully there's nothing more rewarding. There's one of those things I tell people. I said, if you have a job you love, you don't work a day in your life. Yeah. Well, I'm guilty. And that's kind of what being a sports broadcaster, especially in play-by-play, I was very, very lucky to do that. But it starts out hard, but once you get there, it's very rewarding.
So what we're doing is sports. Sportscaster.com. Now we put the mic in your hands.
WJR, Detroit. You're listening to the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now for hometown halftime coverage, here's Chris Renwick.
All right, halftime here at Trenton, and we got second half action coming up here shortly. But when you look at how big high school football has gotten here in the state of Michigan, it is unbelievable. And there has been such a spotlight on sports all across our region. And one of the groups that's heading that up is the Detroit Sports Commission. And Terry Radigan, the chair, joins me here at halftime. Terry, it's good to talk with you.
Always great to talk with you too, Chris.
Tell me a little bit about how this area has transformed. You've been here for a long time, obviously, and we have become a major focal point all across the country for sports at every level here in the city.
That's exactly right. From professional, amateur, NCAA, Division II, and right into high school football, it has really been a transformation. And, look, Detroit and the Detroit area is just known for its sports passion. And that transcends into, virtually every area of all sports, men's, women's, girls, boys, across the gamut.
And what has made the city such a destination, this region really such a destination?
Well, I think it's just it kind of speaks to the grit that we have as a city. We are hungry to bring more people to our city and to see the amazing transformation, the amazing evolution that we've had. The renaissance of the city is well known and well documented, but until we get people to come here and to enjoy our fantastic sporting events, it's hard to change their perception. But once they get here and once we have them, it's unbelievable.
And what always amazes me with the work that the Detroit Sports Commission does and all of these other groups is as a collaborative effort. Everybody is working towards the same goal. Some people can have different ideas how to get to that end goal, but at the end of the day, everybody comes together and works on this same mission, which is highlighting this region, making it a destination, and then everything kind of snowballs from there.
And the big advantage we have here, Chris, that not many people think about, we have 4 major sports teams, and they play in 3 arenas, which are all about a 5-minute walk from each other. No other city can say that. No other city has what we have, which is that concentration of world-class arenas and professional sports teams, which, by the way, are all on the rise right now. Mm-hmm. And it's just so amazing. And so things like the NFL draft, you talk about the leadership there. It was a vision of Mayor Duggan and Dan Gilbert and others to say, we're going to have the draft and it's going to be the best one ever. And you know what? Everyone pulled together, just like you said, and we pulled it off and we set records. And it's something that I think changed a lot of people's minds about our great city.
What do you remember going back to high school and these football games and just the camaraderie, whether you're on the field or in the stands? It's just so fun on a Friday night being under the lights with the community.
I agree. I'm always a little depressed when summer ends, and then I go to a Friday night football game, and I'm like, oh, okay, fall is pretty cool too. I like this a lot, and so I agree with you. There's nothing quite like the grassroots, that feeling. You got the cheerleaders and the band, and you've got the parents and the boosters and the concessions, and then, of course, football on the field. It really is an American tradition that I frankly love.
And it's the lessons that you learn in high school, right? You're really kind of learning to become self-sufficient. You're learning to become an adult, and then you take the step to college. But this idea of the camaraderie that's built, all these lessons that are learned at that level, they transcend your whole life. They carry with you into your athletic career, if that's what it is, your education, and then certainly your professional world.
You don't realize it at the time that it's happening to you, but you do. You're starting to become the leader. Okay, you're going to become the leader. You're going to learn discipline. You're going to learn what it takes, like, to focus on a goal-oriented. And so when it's happening to you, Chris, in the high school level, certainly, you don't realize that this is all the building blocks for you to become a successful adult. And so it is pretty exciting to look back on it and see. I didn't recognize it at the time, but I think some of those things that happened in high school and early college really prepared me for the rest of my career.
Well, we're so grateful for leaders like you, for leaders at the Detroit Sports Commission, and all the other partners that continue to put a spotlight on this city, put a spotlight on the region, and how vitally important your work is to make sure that we continue to remain in that spotlight. Terry Radigan, always appreciate talking. Thanks for the time, and we'll chat again soon, my friend.
Sounds great, Chris. Thank you.
Yep, you got it. We'll take a break. Second half action coming up on our Drive to the Game coverage here on WJR.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years. And they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
760 WJR has your chance to win $5K a day. That's 5 winners, $1,000 each, and every weekday. $5K a day. And it's happening now. Listen for the national keyword that we'll announce 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. Do it 5 times each weekday for 5 chances to win. Your money is waiting. 5K a day on 760 WJR. You're listening to the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now, direct from the sideline, here's the Sportscaster halftime team.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the halftime show on Drive to the Game. We're live here in Week 7 of the MHSAA season, and Trenton High School as they host Southgate Anderson, and it's been a whole lot of Trenton Trojans. 28-0 is your halftime score here on Homecoming. My name is Giovanni Mosheri. I am joined by Sportscaster.com MVP Taryn Fritching in what's been a very Trojan affair so far, typical of a homecoming matchup here. Your thoughts on the game so far?
I mean, I'm honestly shocked, and in a very good way, especially by Trenton. I mean, they are on fire tonight, and they definitely, not only because it's a downriver league matchup, but because it's also homecoming here, this is a big game for them, and they are playing so big. They are making those plays, and they're just doing really well.
The execution of the triple option offense has been on point so far for them. And what's something that was underrated about that triple option is that the time of possession is heavily in favor of that team running that offense. Trenton has been draining the clock so far. It's been a very, very early halftime so far, just about 8:15 here. We're usually kind of getting into halftime just now, but we're well into it so far. So the time of possession has been huge for Trenton so far, keeping them off the board, Southgate Anderson.
And I mean, you can definitely tell it with the team morale, not only on the sidelines, but especially in the fan section, in the student section. Trenton, again, with it being homecoming, you can just feel the excitement, especially as we're witnessing them crown their royalty here for homecoming. They're just so excited, and I think that Trenton must have really, really prepared well for this game, because Southgate Anderson is just not in it, and especially being down 28-0 at halftime. And it's going to be a long halftime, so maybe they can kind of revive, get rested, but there's just so different of how each team is feeling right now, and it's really showing on the field.
No doubt about it, and it wouldn't be the first time if Southgate Anderson were be able to pull off a miraculous comeback is what it would be. It wouldn't be the first time they would come back against the Trojans. We'll get into that in their last matchup just shortly here, but let's go over some of the big plays here of the first half, starting off with the quarterback, A.J. Hawkins. 2 touchdowns to start things off with a 14-0 lead, and another couple by their fullback as well. Bring us through the big plays of the half.
I mean, A.J. Hawkins has been absolutely crucial for this Trojans offense, and again, like I said earlier, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by this Trenton team. A.J. Hawkins had 2, and then Parker Sachs also had 2. And Parker Sachs is someone we did not mention in our pregame, and we are sure as heck mentioning him in our halftime show, because yes, all eyes should very much currently be on Parker Sachs.
And one of those touchdowns was set up by an interception at midfield, taken almost all the way to the end zone, stopped at the 1-yard line, getting Sachs his first touchdown of the evening, set up by an interception by Christopher, and I'm going to do my best here, Sikowski, the junior running back. He was able to get that, bring it all the way down on the left sideline right by the fans. Everyone thought it was a touchdown at first. Even the public address was fooled into the touchdown, but they left it to 1 yard, and you just knew, especially by the vibe of the game, 20-20 or 20-0 at the time, or excuse me, 14-0 at the time, that they were going to punch their way into the end zone at that 1 yard line. So it has been a whole lot of Trenton Trojans so far. But Taryn, if I could have a moment here,
Absolutely.
Can I give you a little story time here? I want to bring you guys back to last August at the beginning of the season, where we were at Wayne State University. It's the Amazon Prep Kickoff Classic, where we have this very same matchup to kick off that season. And it was a game, it was an absolute thriller, and we'll take you through it here at the halftime show before we bring you guys back over to Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters for second half action. So things started off really strong for the Trojans, where they were to go up by just about the beginning of the second quarter, 21-7 over Southgate Anderson. But just before halftime, Anderson would cut the lead to 20-14. And Adonis Galladay, a player still on the roster here for Anderson, punches the ball out at the kickoff to then completely flip the momentum into Anderson's side. And they were able to, after fighting through most of the game, it came down to the final seconds. The score ended in a 1-point victory for Southgate Anderson with a touchdown by senior wide receiver Isaiah Davidson with 12 seconds left on the clock in Wayne State University. A big win in their last matchup. Unfortunately, the same magic does not seem to be happening here in the first half. Could things turn around in the second half? What do you think for the second half coming up?
I think it's difficult to say, and again, like I said earlier, I think that the extra added time with a halftime rest is needed, especially for the Southgate Anderson team. But when you're down 20-0, and yes, I will say that we have seen a 28-3 comeback, but I am also talking about Tom Brady.
Yes.
I think that at this time, it's very difficult. It's been raining here. It's starting to get cold. It's not too late, but it's hard to come back when you're down by that much. And if your team is not feeling it and your fans are not feeling it, you're just not going to be inspired to play that well.
Yeah, and it's gonna anything that can. The only thing I believe that can cure something like that is a big play right away. They're going to have to find the explosive plays. They can't play the clock game because the way the Trojans play, they take most of the time of possession. So it's going to have to come with big explosive plays for Southgate Anderson to get back into this one. And as we have a few minutes left here in the halftime show before we bring you back to second half action, we'll bring it to a bigger Detroit sports kind of thing. We got the Tigers tonight, currently now playing in Game 5 against the Seattle Mariners. Taryn, I know, especially if the Tigers win, they go up against the Blue Jays. For you, that's a bit of a torn subject, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So, hey guys, I'm Taryn, and I am a very proud dual citizen of the U.S. and Canada, and so I am a Blue Jays fan as well, the Tigers fan. And yes, that does cause a little bit of how and why.
Of strife, yes.
However, I love both teams very, very much. And so, yes, I am rooting for the Tigers, who it's only the bottom of the first inning, and it's 0-0, so we're good. I'm still scared of Cal Raleigh, though. But I'm rooting for those Tigers. And the ALCS, no matter who it is, no matter whether it's Tigers, no matter whether it's Mariners, it's going to be a great series. And especially on the NL, Dodgers and up against in a Game 5, Cubs or Brewers. That is shocking. I totally expected the Brewers to already be moving on to the NLCS, but that Game 5 Cubs and Brewers back in Milwaukee is going to be a great game to watch.
October baseball, just as fun as October football here, at least in Michigan high school football. One last note, the Lions and the Chiefs coming up this weekend as well in prime time. I believe the Lions are going to be able to do this one again in Kansas City for the second time in a couple of years. I think we're going to be able to get things done here in KC. What do you think?
And I hope, and just a reminder, because I am that Lions fan, Jared Goff is 2-0 against Patrick Mahomes. I got to remind you of that.
It's history, and it's hopefully history that we get to see here continue, at least for us here in the Detroit area side of things. So coming up next, we'll have second half action as we kick it off to Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters. Don't forget to stick around as we will have the post-game show. We'll have interviews not only with the students mentioned earlier, but with players of the winning team. Will it be the Trojans or will it be the Titans in a miraculous comeback? Only one way to find out. Stay tuned with us here on Sportscaster.com and WJR. We thank everybody for helping us put this broadcast together. We will be back soon here as the Trojans make their way back to the field as well as the Titans. It's going to be a fun one, so stick around here on Sportscaster.com in partnership with WJR. We'll see you in halftime, everybody.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, the only thing we enjoy more than fighting your insurance company is handing you the check when we win. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, just call us. Michigan Auto Law. People over everything. Visit autolaw.com.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years, and they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
NFL football, sponsored by RelyOnTryon.com. Also sponsored by Feminitio Law.
Monday night, it's the Bears against the Commanders at 7 p.m.
NFL football, 760 WJR. You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game, sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. Getting you ready for second half action here at Trenton, where the Trojans are all over the Titans of Southgate Anderson, 28-0. Matthew McQuiston, the sophomore here at Trenton, and Jack Rom, the senior at Southgate Anderson, up on top of the booth tonight. The rain has stopped, which is good news. But tell me how you guys have thought this first half went, Matthew. Obviously, there was a lot to like from your offense.
Yeah, I think we're staying on track. We're sticking with our game plan. We're continuously gaining yards. We're pounding the ball right down the field, and we're scoring, which is the main thing, and we love to see it.
And defensively, a couple of really nice plays down the field. There hasn't been really anywhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, our defense is doing a really good job staying on their wide receivers, especially Chris Showski with that pick. We're doing a very good job keeping them disciplined and doing our jobs.
Jack, meanwhile, for what the Titans have to do here coming up, we talked a little bit about it. They put themselves into some good positions in that first half. They just couldn't make good on it, and that's obviously a frustrating part here for this defense. But I think the message is, we've got them at 3rd and long. We've got them at, 2nd and long. We got to keep them there.
For sure. The defense, they've looked pretty well. It's just those 3rd and longs. We just can't contain them there. Offense has been really slow. We got to get something going there because we're not going to win if we just can't push the ball downfield.
Yeah, and I thought Arian Gray has, come in and we didn't expect him to start tonight, but he, he's made some good decisions, had some pretty good throws, and he's missed a couple. There's going to be a couple that he'll want back certainly, but he's got an arm, so you're going to need to use that here in the second half.
Got to find something.
And then, we talked about Adonis Galladay as a guy that, can use his speed, get out into the open field. If you can make some room for him, that's going to serve that offense really well.
We got to find a way to get him out in that open field because if he takes off, he might be gone.
And tonight might be the first in our high school coverage ever that we will have lost a member of our booth to the game. That will be a first. Matthew, you might be going into this game here shortly, depending on how the score shakes out. But you played your JV game yesterday.
Correct.
And the rules of MHSAA, if you are on the JV team or on the freshman team, for example, you can play 5 quarters of football. So you can go in for a quarter in this game. So depending on how the score shakes out, maybe if Southgate Anderson comes storming back here, you probably won't see any game time. But if things are tracking the way they are, we might see him climb down the ladder, out the booth, run onto the field, throw his pads on, and then get into the game.
Correct. Yeah. I'd be super hyped if I got into this game.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit about what you guys do pregame. You're both athletes. You both compete. Jack, and when you're a runner, what's your pregame routine? What do you like to do?
Well, the night before, you got to carb load. Got to get those carbs in, and then obviously you got to hydrate. You don't want to be cramping up during the race. Got to get some electrolytes in. Then day of, you got to get a good breakfast in, properly fuel, and then hop on the bus.
What's the food like? What do you like to go to?
For me, bowl of Greek yogurt, got some fruit in there, some granola, and drizzle some honey on it. Great breakfast.
Solid.
Yep. And then we just hop on the bus. We get to the meet area, set up, and then get a good warm-up in, and then we're out on the course.
Very cool. How about you, Matthew? What do you like to do?
Well, normally pregame, my favorite running back, no offense to the other ones, Austin Cooper will come over to my house.
Here's the second half kick. Go ahead.
Make him a little pregame meal, normally some steak and eggs or something with a little bit of carbs, and then take a little pregame nap, about an hour nap, and come back to the school and get fired up. Get ready to go.
That one's brought back out to the 36-yard line, so that's where Southgate Anderson will start offensively. We'll spot him right there at the 36-yard line. And your pregame meal, what's your go-to?
It's normally something with like steak and eggs or noodles and ground beef, something like that.
Okay.
I like to go protein.
Protein, heavy protein for you. That's good stuff.
Cooper Randall's out to start the second half.
Here he is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Randall takes, gives. Dipsy doodling out at the 45-yard line, a gain of 9. Nice run there. Again, positive run, and Adonis Galladay picks up 9 on that run.
Got to get him going for sure. Another thing about Adonis, he has a black belt in Taekwondo.
So he's steady on his feet.
Yeah.
Steady on his feet.
No wonder why he plays running back.
Really nice run there. That was their most productive run of the day. 2nd and 1 after the gain of 9. Play clock down to 14. Not quite to the line yet. Finally they get there. Settle in. 2nd and 1. Cooper Randall takes the snap. Fakes the pitch. Runs up the middle. Picks up 3 yards and a first down out to the 48. Taking a little bit of the playbook there from Trenton on the option play. And it's a first down. Exactly right. Now you just go out, you pick up another first down. Pick up 5 yards. That's the mentality here for the Titans.
For sure. Got to slowly move up.
First down for the Titans from their own 48.
I don't think they've been at this point in the field yet today, so good drive here. Here's Randall. Takes. Gives. Galladay. Into Trenton territory at the 49-yard line, a gain of 3. Again, trying to get him going. Jack, you talked about that at halftime. Just got to find a way to get number 10 going.
For sure. Could be a real game changer here. If we can get 10 going, you might open up that pass game as well.
Zane Whitsitt will settle into the slot. Second and 7. He goes in motion. Randall takes, flags. Flags on both sides of the field. I think they both saw the same thing. Here's the call. Encroachment against Trenton.
Huge penalty there.
5 extra yards here for the Titans. Turns this into a 2nd and 2 after the 5-yard penalty.
Gives them some options here. Do we take a shot here, or are we just going to run it straight up the middle?
Let's see, they sent 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Galladay in the backfield. Randall takes. Gives it to him. Plows forward. Picks up 3 out to the 41-yard line and a first down. Southgate Anderson with a little something on this drive. So that halftime adjustment going back to Cooper Randall has paid off here early on. 3 minutes gone here from the third quarter. Trenton still up 28-0. They break the huddle, get to the line. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Randall in the shotgun, calls for it, gets it. Gives it. Galladay inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's where it's blown dead. Again, just picking up chunk yardage.
Number 10, Adonis Galladay on the carry for the Titans.
So 2nd down and 7 coming up. So tell me here, I know you're on the field most of the time, but what's the concessions at? What's the must-have when you come to a game?
Oh, I'm gonna say here you gotta go with a nice cold Gatorade and a piece of pizza. I'd say that's the best we got here.
That's a good bar. 2nd and 7. Randall's going to keep it. Following a blocker. Up the middle, inside the 35. Falling forward inside the 30. Gets to the 29-yard line and a first down.
Tackled by the Trojans, number 9.
How about at Southgate Anderson? What's the fare like?
Honestly, not much different. Either they get to get a cold pop and a slice of pizza, or you can get some nachos.
Yeah, good call. That's good stuff. But you got to eat that away from your coaches, right? You can't let them.
Yeah, can't get caught.
You got to hide that stuff from them. All right, 1st and 10 from the Trenton 29. Randall takes a high snap, ball's on the ground. He picks it back up. Scampers forward for as much as he can. He just took his eyes off that ball for a split second. It was a little bit of a high snap, a little bit outside, but it fell to the ground. He was able to pick it back up. No harm, no foul. He's going to lose a couple yards, though.
Definitely something you do not want to see. We've been moving pretty well out the second half.
So
hopefully that doesn't stop us too much.
Lose 5 on the play. 2nd and 15. They need the 19. Randall. 3-step drop, getting flushed, going to get sacked. Immediate pressure in the backfield. Brock Culpepper was all over that thing.
Brock's a big leader on this team. He forces everyone to be better. He's very good. He's been a starter on this team for 3 years. He's been consistent in providing good results for our team.
Do just want to give you an update. Of course, the Tigers are in Game 5 out in Seattle. That game just underway about 20 minutes ago. Still 0-0, bottom 1 there in the Emerald City. Tigers looking to get to the ALCS. Randall wants to take a shot. Happy feet. Got to roll to his right. Tucked it. Trying to shake Culpepper. Not going to happen. They're going to say he was down. Randall lost that ball at the end. It was picked up by the Trojans, but they blew that play dead. So another big loss. A promising drive ends up in going the wrong way, and now Southgate Anderson's going to have to punt it away.
Those are the negative plays we love to see. The defense loves to see it. Get in there, force the quarterback to roll out, and make him make a decision.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure up the middle there, and there just wasn't anywhere to go with it. And once you start getting those happy feet back there, it makes things really uncomfortable.
I do want to say I do like what I saw from our offense there, but unfortunately that drop snap did kill all our momentum there. But we just got to build on that next drive.
All right, Crook standing back at his own 12-yard line.
Good punt.
Great punt.
With the wind on this punt. It's going to take a hop and then stopped inside the 5-yard line. Really nice job by this special teams unit. Called dead at the 3-yard line. 4:50 to play here in the third. Some really nice halftime adjustments there by the Titans. Ends up in the punt, but really positive offensive play there on that drive. And really good punt. Puts Trenton in a precarious spot back at their own 3-yard line. Wind picking up. The rain has stopped, but the wind is picking up here in Trenton. All right, here's the give. Trying that right side. Nothing doing there.
It's a great stop there.
Again, Parker sacks on the carry. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and he was lucky. Surge on that left side of the line for Southgate Anderson. Closed the gap completely.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down.
So 2nd and 10. Bring in a little extra beef, extra tight end here. Split them out wide. Single coverage there if A.J. Hawkins wants to go that way. Give it to Sachs again, up the middle. Surging forward past the 5-yard line. Cut down at the 8. So that's going to be a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And another opportunity here for this Anderson defense to make a stop.
So far to get out of the end zone, I'm seeing a lot of what we call 2 zone dives, a triple team on either the nose guard or the 2-eye or the 1 technique. So it's just push forward, fall forward for a couple of yards.
3:25, clock continues to run. 3rd and 10 here for Trenton from their own 8. Here's the pitch on the sweep. Sachs isn't going to get it. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard.
Good defensive showing here by the Titans.
Seeing the offense come off the field just yet, and now Hawkins is going to trot off. And here's the punt unit. So really nice stop down deep by this Titans defense. And now you give one of your better players today, Zane Whitson, an opportunity to return the ball. He's standing at Trenton's 40-yard line. Good snap. That's punting into the wind. That's a live ball. Got to be careful. Trenton grabs it at their own 32-yard line. So really, really good starting field position here for the Titans. And again, no mentality change, right? Same kind of play calls, same mentality here for this offense, and now you got really good starting field position.
For sure. You got to keep driving the ball downfield, and hopefully we end up in the end zone. Last drive was a great drive to build off on. Let's see what these Titans can bring out. Another QB change here, though. Arion Gray's back out.
Gray's back out.
Seems like they're switching almost every drive.
Yeah, potentially
Does seem like that.
Giving him a different package here. Here's a quarterback keeper. He's a load. Got a little space. Out to the 25, far side, to the 20-yard line. Gain of 13 and a first down. Arion Gray on the quarterback keeper. Found some room, patient running, and just kept churning those legs for a big first down.
And just look at the size on him. It's going to be hard to bring him down when he gets out there.
Yeah, he was running with a full head of steam. So he'll stay out. 1st and 10. Titans are in the red zone at the 20. Got to come away with points here. Gray takes the snap. Gives it. Up the middle. Still on his feet. Nice running there. Adonis Galladay picking up 7 on that play. Check that, give him 6. So 2nd and 4 coming up. Ball spotted at the 14. Clock runs, 1:29 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Trenton on top, 28-0.
Southgate might want to start speeding things up a little bit. Don't got a lot of time left.
They get the call from the sidelines. Gray checks his wristband. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Galladay in the backfield. Gray takes, fakes it. Right up the middle. Very close to that first down marker. I think he got 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up. If I were a gambling man, I'd say we see that play again.
Just might happen.
A Gray run up the middle. They flip the formation, 2 receivers right. Gray at the shotgun, takes, keeps, and he's not going anywhere. That play was absolutely diagnosed and blown up. Brock Culpepper shot through the hole and tackled him for a loss.
Like a rocket.
Talk about an old school linebacker with the neck brace and everything.
So they'll lose 4 on the play. It's 4th and 5. Ball from the 15. Offense stays out. 2 seconds on the clock. They're not going to run the play. The 3rd quarter. comes to an end. I haven't heard any whistles yet, though. I don't think the officials see it. Now they do. So that's how the third quarter comes to an end. Trenton up 28-0.
This
Southgate Anderson, but this offense staying out on the field, looking at a 4th and 5 on the other side. It's fourth quarter action coming up on our Drive to the Game on WJR.
This is Sportscaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Want to be the next great voice? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the 5, to the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Send shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen?
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just sign up and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter. Trenton up 28-0. Titans looking at a 4th and 5 deep inside Trenton territory. Here's a little back shoulder throw into the end zone. Incomplete.
Wow.
Really good throw. Good coverage on that back end. Arian Gray threw a really nice ball there.
Great defensive play by number 20, Blake Scrimetti on that. Way to recover and get back and knock that ball out of his hands.
So now the Trojans will take over at their own 15-yard line. Really good defensive stand by this Trenton defense. That's a tough spot to be in. Remember, that drive started at about the 35-yard line. All right, here's the give right up the middle. Pushing that pile forward for a gain of 5. Sacks once again.
We've been hearing his name a lot tonight, that's for sure.
We sure have. And, I mean, again, you see why. Very reliable with the football. He's got great speed. Once he starts getting downhill, very hard to bring him down. So they'll give him 6 on that run. So 2nd and 4 here from the 21-yard line. They set. They give. Sacks again. Out to the 29-yard line, just shy of first down yardage. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and short. But again, the Titans have found themselves in this position a number of times today, forcing these 3rd down plays.
Looks like we got a new right tackle, Jacob Wilkes, into the game.
Here's a keeper. Quarterback right up the middle. Out to the 28-yard line. That's enough for a first down. A.J. Hawkins picks it up for his offense. So, Matthew, who are you looking at to get a signal from? Who's going to give you that signal?
I'm assuming Coach Voss said, look up here and weigh me down, but
Okay.
haven't seen anything quite yet.
Are you looking at more of the sideline or more of the game? Where are your eyes?
Checking in between both plays.
Yes. All right, 10 minutes left. Hawkins fakes the pitch. Here's a little end-around give.
Nice little counter.
Breaking a couple of tackles. Picking up positive yardage. Out to the 34-yard line.
Number 23, Ben Stroke, the ball carrier.
Stroke carried that one for Trenton. Pick up 6 on the play. 2nd and 4. And again, they're just no rush here for the Titans. Up 28-0. They huddle and get to the line. Here's the snap.
Back to the option.
Pitch to the far side. Out across the 35 to the 40-yard line, then taken down shy of the 45. Give him the 41. Check that the 42. Now for a first down.
Number 22, Tyler
Crooks again, once he gets going in motion, too hard to stop.
Number 51, Nathan Grigsby.
Also give you an update on that Tiger game, middle 3.
Trojan first down.
Seattle taking a 1-0 lead early in that game. Here's the give, up the middle, a surge. Out across the 45 to the 47. Again, a pickup of 5 on the play. Just chunk yardage. Clock continues to run. 8:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's all Trenton.
Gain of 5 yards on the play brings up second down for the Trojans from their own 46.
And this defense for Southgate Anderson, they've been on the field for a lot of snaps tonight.
Very.
Hawkins under center, fakes, going to keep it inside Titan territory, down to the 46-yard line, enough for a first down. Gate an 8 on the play. Again, they're just content letting this clock roll. Clock will stop while they set the sticks. Very methodical performance tonight offensively here for Trenton on homecoming. Crown the homecoming court at halftime. Lots of alumni, lots of smiles, hugs all around the stadium tonight. People coming back to see their team play. Hawkins. We wanted to pitch it, had to stiff arm somebody. And now he gets out to the 40-yard line. All right. Matthew is out. Headed down to the field. Have a good game, Matthew.
Good luck.
Matthew McQuiston is in a first. In a first on WJR. We've lost a member of the booth to the field.
That was wild.
Pretty cool. So we're going to watch as Matthew makes his way down to the field. Pretty cool. 28-0. And the backup gets the call. All right, Hawkins fakes the pitch out to the outside. Pick up 3 yards out to the 37.
Number 12, A.J. Hawkins on the carry. Brought down by number 4, King Purvey, and number 51, Nathan Grigsby for Southgate Anderson.
Matthew McQuiston has exited the booth. He's on the field. Jersey is off. Pads are going on. Standing on the sideline. 3 of his teammates are helping him get ready. strapping up those shoulder pads. This is like a wholesale Broadway change. Having a hard time getting that jersey over his head. They do. McQuiston's left arm is through. His right arm is through. We see his head. Got to grab the helmet there, Matthew. There you go. Matthew McQuiston waiting to get in. .5:37 to play. Hawkins under center. Takes it. Gives it. Up the middle, inside the 20-yard line. Matthew talking to some of the coaches there. This triple option has been difficult for the Titans to handle tonight, certainly. All right, McQuiston is trying to strap up that rib cage, that rib guard. Here's a give. Trying the right side, nothing doing there. Maybe a yard out to the 17-yard line.
Wrapped up by the Titans, number 51, Nathan Grigsby.
So Hawkins stays in the game at quarterback. Matthew McQuiston waiting for his opportunity. Played in a JV game last night. Suited up tonight in the event he needs to go in, and he may very well get that call. Hawkins under center, calls for it. Gets it. Gives it. Up the middle. A surge and a first down out to the 8-yard line. Once again, carrying that ball for the Trojans, Parker Sachs.
It'll be fourth down for the Trojans from the Titans.
So they're going to say he was just shy, so it's going to be 4th and 1. A lot of momentum on this drive. I formation. A push up the middle. Looks like he just maybe got enough. It's going to be right there. Oh, they're going to say ball out. Turnover.
Wow. A.J. Hawkins on the carry for the Trojans.
So a glimmer from this defense here towards the end of the game. 3:18 left, and they force the first turnover of the game. Again, things haven't gone the way they planned. Didn't go according to what they had drawn up, even at halftime. But again, just something to hang your hat on defensively.
Sure. Some bright spots are in the game, but it's got to clean it up for next week.
So here comes this offense. Back out on the field at quarterback, Cooper Randall, Give up the middle. Ahead of steam, nice run there. Henry Johnson getting a little duty, picking up 3 on the play. Clock running, 3:04 to play. Again, not a lot of hustle here from this offense either. They're taking their time, just trying to get things set up properly. Here's Randall, 2nd and 6. Why not? Give it to Henry again. Picks up a first down out across the 25-yard line. Good running there, Henry Johnson III.
Henry is also a track athlete. He also loves his teammate and he loves to eat.
I mean, who doesn't?
For sure.
I'm with him.
Me too, man.
I'm with him. Good run there by Henry Johnson. 1st and 10. Two receivers right. High snap. Randall able to corral it. He's got a little bit of space. Cut down shy of the 30-yard line.
Uh-oh.
We've got an injured player on the field for the Trojans. That's Chris Groover, one of the safeties. So they're going to take a look at him. He looks to be in some pain. Can't get up. So they're taking a look at him. He's moving around, which is obviously the good news. Taking a look at maybe his midsection. Can't really tell from here. He's on that far hash mark in between the 20 and the 25-yard line. A couple of coaches over there, training staff out there as well, taking a look at him. Again, one of the unfortunate side effects of this game. A lot of physicality for these guys that they got to go through.
We've been pretty lucky so far, but unfortunate. Towards the end, we got one down.
So obviously you start looking towards next week. You start thinking about, all right, what changes need to be made? Again, I certainly not a complete game by the Titans, but there are some things that you can take away from this that are going to be really good. I think that, you put most teams third and long, you're going to get off the field in a lot of instances. Tonight, the triple option was a little too much for this defense, but you put yourself in those positions. That's where you got to get to, and you gave yourself an opportunity to get off the field.
For sure.
And then it only compounds because the more time you spend on the field, the more tired your defense gets, and it can be really problematic. And we kind of saw that tonight.
Yeah.
It can get out of hand a little bit.
Just got to figure it out offensively, fix those third down defense, and get ready for a homecoming game next week.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Definitely.
So Spirit Week for you is coming up?
Yep, next week.
All right, very good.
It's going to be a fun one.
You got a lot of stuff on tap, a lot of stuff planned?
Not really. I have stuff, but not anything too crazy.
Okay.
No.
All right, here's Cooper Randall. Quick three-step drop, throws over the middle.
Good
got a man at the 50-yard line. Inside Trojan territory at the 49-yard line.
Oh, no. Took a hard hit, though.
And now we got another player down.
Vincent Uwagu.
Yeah.
Not what you like to see, especially at the end of the game.
Right. But a really nice pass there by Randall Cooper. Nice job hanging on to that. He took a hit. Almost looked like he had the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
Kind of got hit in the air and then came down hard on the turf. He's sitting up. He's going to try to walk this off. That's good to see.
Guess he just got the wind knocked out.
Yeah.
Great to see, though.
Really nice showing tonight, too, by the fans coming out, support their team on the road.
For sure.
Yeah, we got a little chilly tonight, so everybody's bundled up.
I got to tell you, our student section is really hype, especially at home. I know they came out here today.
Right.
Did their best, but especially at home, they can get really rowdy.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Titans from the Trojan 44. Randall again finds a man inside the 40-yard line. Pick up an 8 and a late flag on the play. I think this one's going to go against the Trojans. Little extracurriculars after the play.
Tackled by the Trojans, number 26. Tyler Clements, number 14.
See what the call is. So personal foul on the defense. So that'll help this Titans offense out a little bit. Extra 15 yards. And they're going to spot this inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. So once again within striking distance here with 2:11 to play. All 3 timeouts for the Titans. Cooper Randall from the shotgun takes. Gives. Got a man inside the 20-yard line. Nice run. Henry Johnson again. Picks up 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Number 6, Henry Johnson, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 3, Nico
So
Cooper.
inside the red zone go the Titans. From the shotgun takes. Looking right, going through his progression, sidestepping a couple of tacklers. Gets inside the 10, tries to cut it outside, and then dives forward at that 10-yard line. Enough for a first down and a gain of 13.
Some great footwork there by Cooper Randall.
So now it's 1st and goal. Clock runs. Buck 18 to play. Can the Titans find Pater? Randall to the shotgun. Calls for it. Little throw out to the flat. Going to lose a yard back to the 11. Really nice job tackling there. Staying with the flow. Nico Boudreau. And that'll draw the timeout from the Titans. And I always love this. There's always this debate. You know, down 28-0. Inside a minute left. But, you know, coaches preach, whether you're running cross country, whether you're playing football, you play till the end, right?
Sure.
You're playing 4 quarters of football. And I you know, to me, it's not, you know, delaying the inevitable or anything like that. It's your coaching staff says you got to play 4 quarters. They're going to coach 4 quarters.
Exactly. And you never know. Some magic might happen.
No doubt.
Game's never over until that clock hits 0.
That's exactly right. They're trying to find the end zone. A lot of pride over on that far sideline. They don't want to get shut out.
It'll be 2nd down and goal for the Titans.
Cooper Randall is going to keep it at the 5 into the end zone. Untouched. Cooper Randall from 10 yards out. And Southgate Anderson is on the board.
All right. Good run there by Cooper.
Just followed his blocking. Really nice job sealing off that edge. Good job blocking downfield by the wide receivers. No shutout tonight for the Titans.
The Titans line up for the point after attempt, number 23, Logan Exner.
Good snap, good hold. Kicks up, and that thing is through. 46 seconds left to play here in the 4th, and Southgate Anderson on the board, 28-7. And now could we see the unthinkable? A broadcaster to a football player.
Only time will tell.
Matthew McQuiston could be going into the game here any minute. I imagine we'll see a onside kick here, or at least some sort of squib kick, some sort of short kick to give themselves an opportunity to try to get that ball. All right, here come the kicking units. A lot of the hands team out here for the Trojans. certainly will see an onside attempt here. So it's got to travel 5 yards before the Titans can touch it. Teed it up at the 40. Got to get to the 50.
Number 23, Logan Exner, set to kick off.
Looking for a big hop here at about the 47-yard line-ish. Oh, and they're just going to drive it deep. And that ball's live, picked up. Backtracking at the 5, now across the 10 to the 15 to the 20 with some blockers, and then out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Late flag on the play.
23, Ben Stroke on the kickoff return for the Trojans. Pushed out of bounds by number 85, Devin Jordan for Southgate Anderson. Penalty markers on the play.
So let's see if they sort all this out. And it will be A.J. Hawkins coming back out here on offense.
Personal foul against Southgate Anderson.
So that goes against Southgate Anderson on the personal foul, and that'll give him a couple extra yards here. So it doesn't appear history will be made tonight, but we did have a broadcaster suit up and get ready to go into the game.
Looks like they're going to need it out.
Down on the sideline, yep, they're going to take a couple of knees here. Titans do still have 2 timeouts in their pocket, but they're not going to use them. Clock ticks under 30 seconds, and that's how this one comes to an end. The Trojans win it 28-7. Jack, it's been a lot of fun.
It has been
Thanks
great.
for being up here with us, braving the elements. We've had a little bit of everything tonight.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun, so thank you. Really appreciate it. Have fun at your meet tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew McQuiston down on the field with his team. He possibly was going in that game, but it just didn't pan out. We appreciate him being up here as well. That's going to do it for us. We appreciate Kelsey Phillips back at the studio, Dave Rieger, our producer, Ray Templin, our engineer, all the fine people behind the scenes that allow us to make this available for you. Thank you for everything that you do. That's going to do it for us here in Trenton. The Trojans all over the Titans, 28-7. I'm Chris Renwick saying so long. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week on our Drive to the Game here on WJR.
The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years. And they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, we know we're the best because of real clients like John, who says,
the best team I could have asked for. They communicated with me through the whole process and made what I went through a lot easier.
Visit autolaw.com.
Hey gang, it's Jim Harper inviting you to join us on our little Saturday morning show, The Great Michigan Weekend, 8 to 10 a.m. here on WJR, where we run down all the events going on the weekend for you and the family. We recap sports. We have trivia here on WJR.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show as we wrap things up here at Trenton High School as the Trenton Trojans defeated the Southgate Anderson Titans 28-7 in a thrilling matchup here in the Downriver League. My name is Giovanni Mosherry, holding down the fort by myself here to get you guys ready. We got interviews coming up with some of the Trenton Trojans, as we'll have them, as well as our sportscaster MVPs and our student broadcasters, all to recap tonight's events here on Drive to the Game, presented by Sportscaster.com in partnership with WJR. So far in this game, to give you a recap of today's events, it was a 28-0 halftime lead for the Trojans, with 2 touchdowns scored each by A.J. Hawkins, a quarterback, on 2 quarterback runs out of the triple option that made his way outside to the right sideline, where he was able to get the edge both times to give the Trojans a 14-0 lead by the early of the second quarter. And from there, an interception will bring the ball to the 1-yard line. Caught from midfield, brought all the way just short of a touchdown of a pick six, and it was punched in by running back Parker Sachs. That would be one of his 2 touchdowns that got the Trojans the first half lead of 28-0. But then going into the second half, the score stayed frozen for quite a bit, where it stayed at that 28-0 until the final drive of Southgate Anderson, where they were able to get the ball into the end zone to give us our final score of 28-7. And a big props over to the Southgate Anderson defense for really holding down and keeping the Trojans scoreless for all of the second half. And their defense even gave them opportunities with great field position, but just were not able to punch it in against that Trojan defense. That will put the Trenton Trojans now 4-2 in conference record at the Downriver League, just behind Woodhaven and Gibraltar Carlson, who are playing each other now and currently coming to this game both 5-0 at 8-piece. Woodhaven will be the next opponent for Trenton next week, October 17th. Meanwhile, Taylor will be the next opponent for Southgate Anderson for next week as they start to wrap up conference play and start to get into postseason action. Still 2 weeks left to go in that. For Southgate Anderson, a loss today brings them to 2-5 in their conference record, and that will be their overall as well. Southgate will finish off outside of the conference against Melvindale on October 24th to finish off the season just before Halloween. And that triple option offense proved to be very difficult to stop when it came to the Trojan offense. They're an underrated part of that offense is when you have such a strong rushing attack. That drains a lot of clock, and there was not a ton of time for the Trojans to have possession of it, leading to them having 2 hands on the steering wheel of the game throughout much of today's events. Much different than the last time these 2 teams played, where it was a comeback win for Southgate Anderson at the beginning of the season in Wayne State University at the Amazon Prep Kickoff Classic. 12 seconds left, a scoring touchdown by Isaiah Davidson in that last matchup would be the win for the Titans at the time. Not so much for this season as both these teams get ready to gear up for the wrap-up of conference play and start to get into the playoffs. We'll be covering all the greatest events here in Michigan high school football right here on Drive to the Game as we await the joining of our student broadcasters as well as our winning players. We'll have the touchdown scorers, number 12 A.J. Hawkins and number 10 Parker Sachs, joining us here as a team comes into a huddle. And in a moment here, we will be joined by some of those students here. We'll get their view on the game. And that's something that we do here special here on Drive to the Game, is that we bring the perspective of the students, and in this case, the player as well as the student. And no one else here covers high school football quite like us here at Sportscaster.com in partnership with WJR. And now joining us in the post-game show are our student broadcasters representing Southgate Anderson, Jack Roan, and representing Trenton, Matthew McQuinston, who, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see him in full uniform and pads. They called you in to play for the last part of the game, didn't you, Matthew?
Yeah, they did. If we would have got that first down at the end, then I would have went in, but unfortunately we didn't, so.
But still, you guys got a great perspective of the game here. We'll start on the Southgate Anderson side of things. Well, first of all, for this being your first broadcast, as you mentioned it before, how was the cast?
It was fun, man. I had a lot of fun. It was a very enjoyable experience getting to watch the game from that view. I had a lot of fun. Chris was great. And Matthew was a great partner as well.
And Matthew, how about for you? And especially, I want to especially get into the, you calling the game, just kind of waiting and knowing that the door might be knocking for your presence on the field. So how was your experience for you?
It was a great experience. I kept peeking down the sideline, looking at Coach, ready for him to pull me down. But it was a great game. Lucky to be here and happy for them to get the win.
And a pack of wild dogs has approached the broadcast. A pack of wild dogs just approached the broadcast here. For those just listening on WJR, but for those on YouTube, you can see the much of the Trenton Trojans team hyping up our broadcasters here. And fellas, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. You guys did a great call, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future. Thank you so much for joining the post-game show.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And now, in the last few minutes here on the post-game show, we'll welcome not only our sportscaster MVP, Taryn Fritching, but also the players from Trenton High School. Their victors today, 28-7, is the final score in conference play. Fellas, if you would join the broadcast here. Final score, 28-7, a win for the Trenton Trojans over the Southgate Anderson Titans. We're joined here by number 10, Parker Saxon, the quarterback number 12, A.J. Hawkins. Fellas, good game and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we want to start things off, just your general reaction to this game. Another big win in conference, although most of the games you guys play are in conference. What were the vibes for today? How did this win feel, especially coming into the end of the season?
Oh, it felt great. The whole week of practice was amazing. We were really working hard for this one, and I think it really showed on the field. We started off strong, and I thought we finished strong as well, so we did real good.
Yeah, same as he said. Week of practice was great. We focused on the little things, lining up on sides right, and just finishing the play, all 11 heads to the ball.
Okay, so for you, AJ, we looked a lot at your Twitter because that's how we got a lot of our information. So because you've posted a lot of your stats on Twitter, which we actually find very useful. So what has the recruiting process been like for you?
I haven't really had a coach reach out to me and totally get in conversation with me, like a full conversation. I'm just waiting for that moment, but I'm not really trying to do it for that. I mean, I love the game. I think that just comes with it. So I just keep playing hard and wait for it to come to me.
And then, or you want to go?
No,
and
go
then
ahead.
for you, Parker, so I go to an OAA school. He went to a MAC school. They have different divisions within the conferences, but the Downriver League is so different. So with pretty much every single game being a conference game, what is that like, and how do you play against that?
Honestly, I just think about it as everyone's our rival. You got to beat everybody to win the conference, and yeah, you got to play every game like it's your hardest game.
And then speaking next week, considering conference and your rivals, both of you guys, you're preparing for Woodhaven next week. How are you preparing that week in practice?
They're a great football team. So I don't know how they did against Carlson.
I can look it up while you guys keep talking.
All right. Yeah, I don't know how they did, but they're a great football team. So the practices are going to have to stay top notch. We're still going to have to, keep up the intensity. But I think we can show them something. I think this was a game that we proved that we can play, and I hope it carries on to next week.
Yeah. I think as well we need good practices. They're a good football team. I haven't beaten them in my football career, so I'm really itching to beat them. Yeah.
And if we found results for the top of the conference matchup here, we'll still look for it, no problem.
Okay, yeah, you continue that. I'll figure it out.
And now, guys, for both of you, I am very curious, and I've been fascinated about the way that you guys run your offense through the triple option. And talk to me about what it's like to initially learn it and then try to master it, because from my understanding of it, it's extremely effective if done well, but it's very difficult to do well. So give me your guys' perspective in learning it and executing it.
Yeah, we have a Little League program now. It was started a few years back. So I think those guys coming up, since they've already been running it, that's going to be a huge factor. I think they already know the offense, so it's going to be easier for them to learn. They're going to pick it up. But for guys like us, we didn't have that. So coming in here, you really had to pay attention in practice. Mental reps is a big thing. And just take in everything that the coaches say. They know what they're talking about. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing,
I honestly think it's repetitive reps. You got to stay at your position, just learn it, and study. Go and huddle, study the playbook and learn it.
And I would imagine a lot of footage of Army football would be part of your curriculum in that sense. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the academies. That's a big thing.
That's big time for you guys. And then for this being the homecoming game, obviously that's a big deal, at least for me, knowing that this is the one of the biggest events of the school year. For you guys being able to play in that environment, what was the crowd like for you guys, and how did that energy flow through?
I honestly think it was amazing. The student section, the stands, everybody was cheering. It was electric, and I love it.
Yeah, it was. People came to watch, and we showed them what they wanted to see. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Taryn, any update here?
I don't even know.
We're trying to get the score between the undefeated Woodhaven and Gibraltar Carlson at the top of the Downriver League. We'll continue our research. But, fellas, now one last one as a kind of outlook for the rest of the season. We're coming close to the end of the regular season. Playoffs are right around the corner. For you guys, are you guys have any preparation ahead of time, at least mentally, to kind of get you guys into playoff form, or are you just trying to finish out the regular season? What's the mentality?
We're taking each game one step at a time. We're not trying to overlook any of our opponents, but at the same time, we want to win out. We need to make those playoffs, and winning out's going to be a huge factor in that. So we just need to keep winning, keep practicing hard, and taking each game one game at a time.
Yeah, I think that as well. If we win out, we'll get a good spot in the playoffs, and hopefully we can make it deep in the playoffs.
And we hope for that as well. You guys have played a great game tonight, and we look forward to seeing what you guys doing in the future. Once again, that is number 10, the running back Parker Sachs, and number 12, the quarterback A.J. Hawkins, and their victory over the Southgate Anderson Titans. 28-7 is your final score. Fellas, good game, and thank you for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for welcoming us.
And we'll finish out the rest of our post-game show here on Drive to the Game, presented by Sportscaster.com in partnership with WJR. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube if that's where you're watching us, and be sure to bookmark us on Sportscaster.com, as we are the place to be for groundbreaking coverage of high schools and high school sports and beyond, and a platform for young broadcasters, young or new or old. If anyone wants to become a sportscaster, then we are the place to be. So be sure to bookmark us and follow us wherever you can to support our new broadcasting style. So, Taryn, your thoughts as far as the game concluded. A lot of defensive stops from Southgate Anderson, unable to punch it into the end zone, though. A bit of a different vibe from the first half.
I mean, absolutely, and I don't think that Southgate Anderson gave up 1 second in that second half, and honestly, I was literally standing on that sideline, and I was like, it's the fourth quarter. I was blown away by how fast that was, and I think that goes back to Trenton and just their very thoroughly thought out and planned just use of the time, use of the clock. I think that is something that is so hard to teach, and Trenton does it to a T.
Yeah, it requires patience and execution. It's a lot. It's very difficult to do, but obviously this team does it very well. But towards the Southgate Anderson side of things, like to the point you were making where you're surprised it was the fourth quarter, they weren't playing like they were down 28-0. The defense gave them opportunities, one pinning Trenton within the 10-yard line, forcing a punt that brings them the ball at the 32-yard line, giving them great field position. Offense just can't punch it in, but especially that defense locked things down in the second half.
Well, I mean, especially because considering the fact Trenton didn't score in the second half.
Shut out in the second half.
I mean, that is impressive, especially if you're down 20-0 at halftime, to just not give up and to not let them score at all. That is impressive, and that is just something, again, is so hard to teach. And if Southgate Anderson, not the first half, but if they can keep that second half mentality up where it's just like keep playing no matter what the circumstances, they can make it far with that.
It's nothing like finishing out the season strong, no matter the standings, no matter the record. To finish out any season strong is going to be very important. So for you guys at home, be sure to tune in next week, as we'll be covering Howell at Brighton will be our next matchup here on Drive to the Game for Week 8. So be sure to stay tuned for that as well. And we'll bring things now once again to a general sense here. We're getting excited here for the Lions and Chiefs coming up on Sunday night, but if the Tigers are able to pull things off tonight with Skubal on the mound, it's tight in the beginnings of the game Game 5 against the Mariners in Seattle. Skubal on the mound here. That could potentially bring us to a bit of a conflict on Sunday night should the Tigers advance to the next round. But from the score is right now 1-0 Seattle. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean mid-fifth. I mean mid-fifth. So yeah, it'll be Mariners up to bat. I mean, I know the Tigers can do it. They just got to get those bats going.
We're just on pins and needles waiting to see what the Tigers are able to bring to us in the playoffs. And then we'll bring it to a professional football point here, our outlook on the Chiefs and Lions coming up on Sunday Night Football. What's your read on the game?
I'm very excited for the game. it'll be interesting considering the fact, I don't know if anyone else looked at the practice list today, but when you have Taylor Decker questionable and you have Giovanni Manu questionable because you already, oh my gosh, that O-line, that was just like, wow. So when
Speaking of pins and needles.
when you have Manu questionable, especially after the close performance last week, yes, it was still a great win by the Lions, but with Lions football, you were expecting more. That list is not looking too questionable, and I'm almost I would not be surprised if Dan Skipper is on that 53-man roster for Sunday.
We'll hope the best for the Lions and the Tigers. So far, there's been a great weekend of sports here in Metro Detroit. I want to thank everyone for helping us put this broadcast together, from our WJR team and our sportscaster team, our student broadcasters, and our student athletes who came by to stop by at the post-game show. Once again, 28-7 is your final score here at Trenton versus Southgate Anderson. Next week, we'll be at Brighton as they host Howell for our next week in coverage as we wrap up the season here. We'll be here next week. Thank you, everybody.